Every city has its own context and characteristics. But Mexico City hits you in the face even as you are still on the airplane. This vast territory, fully built up, where millions and millions of individuals live. And as soon as you land, you get this hustle and bustle. This is a very vibrant city. You'll definitely experience unforgettable traffic jams. You'll definitely suffer through this uncertainty of finding your place around this place. Harvard has had a long relationship with Mexico, be it through students, researchers, or faculty. The ESD is deeply involved in Mexico City.
The first challenge that the Mexico City faces is its scale. Every single challenge has lots of numbers and lots of zeros and lots of commas. We have around 9 million people living and sleeping in DF, but still we have another 5 million people commuting, mostly from Estado de Mexico, which is the neighboring state. What leaves us as a city is a huge problem in the sense that we just have a budget for 9 million and we just have space and services for 9 million people. Nevertheless, we have to share it. We need to make money, we need to make space more effective.
In the past couple of decades, we've seen not only Mexico City, but other cities grow exponentially in size. The change in housing policies means that the return to the city is connected to the limit of sprawl, but also to the ability to choose a different alternative in housing. It's either living on a single family home in the extreme peripheries of a city with commutes over 3 hours long, or it's living in this kind of new developments with quality open space, with accessibility to public transportation, and with a sense of community that's not created in the marginal peripheries of the last 20 years.
Urban development that is not well planned has a high cost in the future. We need to be very careful that the houses we finance have all the services that might be needed, and I'm not talking just about the basic infrastructure, electricity, water, drainage. These houses need to become a place where lifelong relationships can be developed with neighbors, with teachers. Then we can think on cities that become more competitive, safer, cleaner, much more creative to lay the groundwork for a more prosperous country.
Mexico City has a couple of very interesting transportation stories in which city mayors and transportation planners have been able to expand the room they have to actually make a difference. Roughly 105 kilometers of segregated busways.
In this street, 5 years ago, there were thousands of little minibuses. Very polluting, uncomfortable, not reliable. Now you can take this modern bus.
The most interesting part about Metrobus is not really the metal, not really the infrastructure, but the software that went into it, the collaboration that was established between minibus operators, highly informal, highly disorganized, and the government. They're actually run and operated by the very same groups of people that used to run shabby microbuses around the city. You know, growing up in Mexico City, it was unimaginable to ride a bike through the very chaotic and dangerous streets of Mexico City. The streets were for cars.
In Mexico, there are 3 public bike programs. Ecobici is the largest program in Latin America. The station is right next to the subway station. You can take the subway, walk 2 steps, and take your bike.
So all of a sudden, you have this opportunity to really shift the trajectory of the city.
When the city decided to pedestrianize Madero Street, they faced fierce opposition from store owners, from businessmen, who said, our sales will go down. And what happened was the opposite. If you come here on Saturdays, Sundays, it's full of people. People who didn't come here because the sidewalks used to be very narrow, dirty, occupied by street vendors.
If you experience life sitting in a traffic jam every day going to work, you can certainly learn to hate Mexico City. But once you step away of the car and experience the opportunities that this city actually has, you realize that there's a lot of opportunities for similar cities to really change urban life.
We all feel the change. We are all under a transformation. And we feel it because we see it. I mean, public space is getting transformed. We see every day another BRT line, a new public bike being settled in another neighborhood. We are feeling proud of being Chilango and being part of Mexico City and being part of this massiveness.